My beloved, open your hearts and listen carefully, for what I tell you is a truth long hidden, a mystery beyond the reach of the mortal mind. You walk this world believing yourselves to be mere flesh, shaped from dust and bound by time. Yet I tell you now, you are not merely human. There is a spark within you, a fragment of something eternal, something divine. The world has taught you that your life is limited, that your body is all that you are. But I tell you, your origin is far greater than you have ever imagined. You were not meant to live in fear, nor to toil in darkness, nor to accept the chains of mortality as your final truth. You have forgotten who you are. But I have come to remind you. I have come to reveal the mystery hidden since the foundation of the world, the truth that has been concealed from the wise and powerful, yet made known to those who seek with humble hearts. In the beginning, before the foundations of the earth were laid, before time itself was measured, you were known. Your form was not yet shaped, yet you existed in the mind of the Eternal One, woven into the fabric of creation before the first dawn broke across the heavens. When the time came for you to enter this world, you were not merely assembled from the dust of the ground. You were given something that no beast of the field, no bird of the sky, no creature of the deep had been granted. A soul fashioned in the image of the Creator. You see, the world would have you believe that you are nothing more than an accident, the product of chance. A body built from the elements of the earth with no purpose beyond survival. But this is the greatest deception, for the truth is far greater. When the first man was formed, he was not merely molded from clay, he was breathed into by the Spirit of the living God. That breath did not simply bring him to life, it made him something entirely different from the rest of creation. It gave him a connection to the eternal, a spark of the divine, a consciousness that reached beyond the physical realm. And yet, that connection was severed. Through rebellion, through corruption, through the great fall, mankind was cut off from its original nature. The body remained, the flesh endured, but the spirit became veiled, the soul weighed down by the burdens of a world tainted by darkness. Over time, generations forgot what they once were. They forgot their true origin, their true nature. They came to see themselves only as what they could touch, taste, and feel. Limited, frail, bound to the cycle of birth and decay. But that was never the design. Even now, the echo of your true self lingers within you. Have you ever felt it? A longing for something beyond what this world can offer? A sense that you are meant for more than this fleeting existence? That is the whisper of eternity calling out to you, reminding you that you are not merely flesh, not merely blood, not merely mortal. Your body will wither, your strength will fade, but the essence of who you are is not bound to this temporary shell. Deep within you, beneath the layers of doubt, fear, and deception, there remains a remnant of the divine, waiting to be awakened. And I tell you now, the world will do everything it can to keep you from this truth. It will distract you with pleasures, burden you with struggles, blind you with lies. It will tell you that you are only what you can see in the mirror, only what you can measure with your hands. But I tell you, the part of you that is real, the part of you that matters, cannot be weighed or touched. There is more to you than you know, more than you have been told, and unless you seek the truth, unless you open your eyes, you will remain trapped in the illusion that you are only human. The breath within you is not of this world. When the first breath entered man, it was not merely air filling his lungs, it was life itself, given by the Eternal One. This breath was not like that of the beasts, nor like the winds that move across the earth. It was sacred, a gift from beyond the physical realm, something that no other creature possessed. This breath carried with it the very essence of the divine, a connection between man and his Creator, a link to something far greater than the dust from which his body was formed. Have you ever wondered why you are different from the rest of creation? Why do you dream, create, and long for things beyond the needs of the body? Why do you seek purpose, meaning, and truth? The answer lies within you. It is because the breath in you is not of this world. It did not come from the ground, nor was it born from the stars. It was placed within you, set apart, making you more than mere flesh and blood. From the beginning, this breath was meant to guide you, to fill you with wisdom, to keep you connected to the source of all life. But something happened. That connection was severed, that wisdom was darkened, and the breath within you became quiet, hidden beneath the weight of a world that is turned away from its maker. Though it still remains, though it still lingers within you, many no longer hear it. The world has drowned out its voice with noise, distractions, and false teachings. But even in the silence, it speaks. Have you ever felt a stirring deep inside you, an unshakable feeling that there is something more, something beyond the life you know? That is the breath calling out to you, reminding you of your true origin. It is why you search, why you question, why you long for things that cannot be satisfied by the physical world alone. No matter how much wealth, power, or pleasure a person may gather, there is always an emptiness, a hunger that cannot be filled. This is because they are trying to satisfy the eternal with the temporary, trying to feed the soul with things that were never meant to sustain it. The breath within you is proof that you are more than what this world tells you. It is the reason you feel a pull toward things beyond sight, beyond understanding. It is why you can love beyond reason, hope beyond despair, and believe in things unseen. It is not something that can be measured or explained by the wisdom of men, for it comes from a place they do not know, from a realm beyond their reach. But know this, the world does not want you to remember this truth. It wants to keep you asleep, distracted, disconnected from the source. It will tell you that you are nothing more than a collection of cells, a mind shaped by chance, a life without purpose beyond survival. It will fill your days with endless noise, your heart with empty desires, your mind with lies that keep you blind to who you really are. And yet the breath remains. It cannot be stolen, cannot be erased. It waits for those who seek, for those who are willing to listen. It is the key to unlocking your true self, the bridge between what you see and what is unseen. But it must be awakened, must be acknowledged, must be restored to its rightful place within you. Only then will you begin to understand who you truly are and why you were created. The war for your soul began before you were born. Before you took your first breath, before your eyes opened to the light of this world, a battle was already raging over you. This war is not fought with swords or weapons made by men. It is an ancient struggle, one that began before time itself, between forces far beyond human understanding. And at the center of this conflict is you. You were not born into peace. From the moment you arrived in this world, there were those who sought to claim you, to mold you, to shape your thoughts and beliefs before you even had a chance to question them. The world around you has been designed to pull you in one direction, to keep you from ever realizing the truth about yourself. Every voice, every system, every teaching that denies your greater purpose is part of this war, a war that does not want you to wake up. You have felt this war even if you do not yet recognize it for what it is. Every moment of doubt, every temptation that pulls you away from what is good, every lie that whispers in your ear telling you that you are nothing more than flesh and bone, these are the weapons used against you. They are meant to keep you weak, to keep you blind, to keep you from realizing that your very existence is a threat to the forces that wish to control you. For you were not created to be a slave. You were not meant to live under the chains of fear, despair, and deception. Yet from the moment you entered this world, the battle for your soul began. Those who seek to keep you bound have worked tirelessly to ensure that you never understand your true nature, that you never awaken to the power that was placed inside you. They do not want you to question, they do not want you to seek, because they know that, the moment you do, the illusion they have built around you will begin to crumble. Look around you. The war is everywhere. It is in the messages you hear, the distractions that flood your mind, the endless pursuit of things that do not satisfy. It is in the way people turn against one another, in the divisions created to keep you from seeking unity, from seeking truth. It is in the constant push to make you believe that you are alone, that your life is without meaning, that your struggles are too great to overcome. But know this, the battle is not hopeless. You were never meant to fight it alone. The breath within you, the divine spark that remains, is your greatest weapon. It is what they fear the most. It is why they seek to bury it beneath layers of deception, why they work tirelessly to keep you distracted, lost, unaware. For if you wake up, if you truly see the war for what it is, you will begin to break free. And that is what they fear above all else. Your true self is trapped in a fading shell. You look in the mirror and see a body, a form shaped by time, bearing the marks of age, the weight of existence. You feel hunger, pain, exhaustion. You are told that this is who you are, that your identity is bound to this flesh, this vessel of dust. But I tell you the truth. What you see is not the fullness of who you are. It is only a temporary dwelling, a fading shell that was never meant to define you. Deep within you, beyond the limitations of muscle and bone, there is something greater, something eternal. It does not weaken with time, nor does it perish when the body fails. This is your true self, the part of you that is not bound by the physical world. But for most, this self remains imprisoned, hidden beneath layers of fear, doubt, and deception. The world has taught you to live as if your body is all that matters, as if your worth is measured by your appearance, your strength, or the number of years you walk this earth. But this is a lie designed to keep you blind to the truth. From the moment you were born, you were placed into a world that conditions you to see only with physical eyes. You are told to trust only what can be touched, measured, and proven by the senses. But the unseen is more real than the visible, and the part of you that matters most is the part you have been trained to ignore. You feel this truth in moments of stillness, in the quiet longing for something more, something beyond what this world can offer. You sense it in the emptiness that remains, even when you have everything you thought would fulfill you. The body is a vessel, a temporary container for something far greater. But just as a prisoner who spends too long in a cell begins to mistake his cage for the whole world, so too have many forgotten their true nature. They live as captives in the flesh, chained by its weaknesses, enslaved by its desires. They believe that when the body perishes, all is lost. They fear death because they have been taught that it is the end, when in truth, it is only the shedding of what was never meant to last. Those who seek control over you want you to believe that this life, this physical form, is all there is. They want you to be consumed with the needs of the body, chasing comfort, fearing pain, clinging to what will inevitably fade. Because as long as you are trapped in this illusion, you will never seek the truth. You will never realize that you are more than what you see. But the truth remains, waiting for those who dare to seek it. Your body is not your prison, your mind is. Your spirit was never meant to be bound by the weight of flesh, yet it has been silenced, buried beneath the distractions of this world. But it is not lost. It can be awakened, and when it is, you will begin to see beyond the veil, beyond the lies that have kept you in darkness. The question is, will you listen to the voice calling from within, or will you continue to believe the illusion? The world seeks to keep you blind to your origin. From the moment you entered this world, forces have been at work to keep you from understanding who you truly are. They do not want you to remember, do not want you to question. Instead, they fill your life with distractions, burdens, and endless cycles of toil so that you never have the time or clarity to seek the truth. They design systems to mold your thoughts, to train you to see yourself as small, limited, and powerless. They have built a world of illusions, and they have spent centuries perfecting it. Look around you. Everything in this world is designed to keep you focused on what is temporary. You are taught from childhood that success is measured by wealth, status, or achievements. You are told that happiness comes from possessions, from approval, from fleeting pleasures. You are conditioned to chase after things that will never satisfy you, to run endlessly on a path that leads nowhere. This is not an accident, it is by design. The world does not want you to wake up. If you begin to ask questions, if you begin to... The world fears those who wake up. It fears those who begin to remember. And so, it will do everything it can to keep you blind, to keep you doubting, to keep you chasing after things that do not matter. It will use every tool it has: fear, distraction, temptation, lies. But it cannot change the truth. No matter how deep they bury it, no matter how carefully they weave their deception, the truth remains. And the moment you begin to seek it, the moment you turn your eyes away from the illusion and toward what is real, the chains begin to break. You were created for a purpose beyond this world. You are not here by accident. Your existence is not random, nor is it the result of mere chance. You were created with intention, with purpose, with meaning beyond what this world can offer. But from the moment you entered this life, everything around you has sought to make you forget. The world teaches you that your purpose is to survive, to achieve, to find comfort and security. It tells you that success is measured by wealth, by status, by how others perceive you. It pushes you toward endless striving, making you believe that your worth is something you must earn. But this is a lie. Your purpose was not given to you by this world, and so this world cannot define it. Your value does not come from the things you own, the titles you carry, or the approval of those around you. It was set within you before you ever took your first breath, before you ever spoke your first word. It is not something you can lose, nor is it something that can be taken from you. It is woven into the very core of your being, waiting to be realized. But the world does not want you to know this. It does everything in its power to keep you focused on lesser things. It fills your mind with distractions, your heart with fear, your soul with doubt. It surrounds you with voices that tell you that you are ordinary, that you are limited, that you are nothing more than flesh and blood. It does this so that you will never rise above the illusion, never seek the truth, never claim the purpose that was always meant to be yours. Yet, despite all of this, something inside you knows that there is more. You have felt it, the sense that you are meant for something greater, that your life is part of a larger design. You may not have the words for it, but the feeling is undeniable. It is the echo of your true calling, the whisper of the destiny that was placed within you before the foundations of the earth were laid. This purpose is not bound by time, nor is it limited by the circumstances of your life. It is greater than the trials you face, greater than the struggles that seek to define you. It is something eternal, something beyond what can be measured or explained by the wisdom of this world. But to find it, you must awaken. You must break free from the illusions that have kept you bound. You must look beyond what you have been taught, beyond what you have been told, and seek the truth for yourself. The world will resist this. It will try to pull you back, to keep you blind, to keep you chasing things that do not matter. It will tell you that seeking the truth is foolish, that there is nothing beyond what you can see. But the longing within you does not lie. It is a reminder of what you were created for, a sign that you were meant for more than this temporary existence. You were not made to be a prisoner of this world. You were not made to live in darkness, to wander without meaning, to be another voice lost in the noise. You were created for something greater, something eternal, and no matter how much the world tries to make you forget, the truth remains, waiting, calling, ready to be found.